Hello everyone, and welcome back to the fifth part tutorial of this series of how to model a kitchen. You will have to excuse me first because this is maybe the third time that I'm trying to do this part, and I already got into progress with this kitchen, so I will tell you exactly what I've done. Because I can't undo what I've done. I didn't save it, the first model from like it was in the fourth part. So let me first show you what I've done. I took this kitchen and I picked only these edges here. So in your case, you see I picked them all, but only the front one. Okay, so I applied bevel to them, and this is how it looks right now. Okay, you've got this edge here. This is how it looks, and I can still modify it, so I'll show you how it's supposed to look like, or maybe if you like you can leave it as it is. Let me first switch to here, and I will add more segments to make it more smoother, this edge. Okay, now the second part was actually before I've done this. You can see that while I'm adding more subdivisions to this bevel segments, so apparently this face over here is not shown. Okay, this is because I already removed it, but it's still here, so I need to remove it once again. And sorry, no, don't remove it. Okay, let's first let's do something else. Also, I picked the doors, okay, and I just selected the edges, okay, the frame edges, and beveled them also. So you can see how you should do it. You pick the door, right click, choose edge, choose only the front edges, okay, like this one, and then right click on the second door, choose edge, and shift select those edges and apply bevel, edit mesh, bevel to them. Okay, so this is how I've done those at this area at the same way. So make sure you do both of them, also for all the doors and for this top of our kitchen. Now the other problem is, let's assume that we do have face here. Okay, so actually there is a face, but it's transparent right now, and we are going to model our sink to this kitchen from this face. But before that, I want to show you how to create layers in Maya. And if you open this channel box here, this icon over here, you can see that the title here is channel box / layer editor. Okay, so if you click on here on this icon on the display tab, okay, you will open new layer. Okay, this is our new layer. Now you can add as many objects as you like to this layer, and you do it by selecting the object, right click on the layer, and choose add selected object. Okay, so from now on, this cabin of our kitchen is parented to this layer, so you can choose to reveal it or unreveal it, okay, by clicking on the V sign over here. And this is good because of two reasons. When you get in progress in modeling in Maya, and you like to have much more objects inside Maya, with time it depends how much you populate the scene. The movement inside a populated scene become very lag. Okay, it's very slow. It's hard to move, and also it's hard to model that way. So one of the best way to actually find a solution for it, it's like doing so, to divide your objects into layers. Okay, so as I told you, you can pick how much objects you would like to add to a layer. So in any time you would like, you can choose also the doors and right click and choose add selected objects. Okay, I won't do it right now. I want to create another layer for the doors, so I will add them to the layer 2. Okay, the doors are selected, right click and add selected object. Now you can choose to work without the doors, so they are not interrupted your work area, and you can bring them back, or you can remove the cabin and still have the doors and work on them. Okay, so now you can see things better. Like if you like to do this edge beveling, okay, so now you can see what you are choosing, and that's okay. So let's continue this, and right click shift, hold down shift and choose all the edges that you need. Right click on the other door, choose edge, hold down shift until you finish to pick all these edges you need to bevel. Again, right click on this edge, okay, like this, right click, edge, and choose those. Go over edit mesh, bevel them, and now we are finished with the doors. So now let's unreveal the doors and bring back the cabin. Now I said I want to teach you how to create the sink, so let's assume again that we do have this face here, and I guess that in the moment that I will start to manipulate it, you can see a color, so you should see a color. So let's pick this face, choose extrude, okay, once, and use the squares to bring this face like this. We are like creating a square inside a square, okay, and yeah, that's fine. Maybe make it like so, and then we will click on extrude again, bring it a little bit inside like so, okay, and then again extrude and bring it down over here, okay, and then extrude it again and bring it down over here. Okay, so now we have a problem because of the transparent faces over here. We need to I need to show you that there is another face here. It's like this face, but it's here, and right now we are overlapping it by making this sink deeper inside to this face. So you better choose this face and delete it. I'm sure that in your case you still see the color. It doesn't have to be like in my scene, but if it does, make sure you remove it. Otherwise you will see it when you render, and this is not what we want. So after done so, I've created those edge loops here, okay? I assume you see it again. I'm talking about these edge loops, okay? And I created another one just before the end of this sink, like so. The purpose of those edges is like to tell Maya that this is the limit or the start point and the end point of the bevel that I'm going to do right now. Okay, so when I will do bevel right now to the bottom edges, okay, those the bevel will start from this. Okay, it will use those edges as the border for the beveling. Okay, so this is already good because we got the faces again, we can see it. So maybe now it will be easier for you to understand what I'm doing. So I will add more segments to make it smoother. Okay, you can see it's smooth. And now I will pick those edges. And again, the edges underneath those will act like as a borders for the beveling function. So I'm beveling this one, and you can see that it's relying on them. Now, if I didn't made those edge loops by extruding it again down the sink, actually what could happen is that the beveling will apply to all of this area. Okay, and we don't want the sink to look like a bowl. It should look squarey. Okay, no, so that's about it. Let's tap on F8 and let's apply our doors back layer. Okay, now the next thing is to explain another something. Earlier when I talked about populated scene with many objects and the issue that can come with it, the movement issue and the modeling on a populated work area is it's quite worse. You can't do anything about it, but there is another cause to make your movement very slow in a work area. And the reason for it is when you are modeling something like this cabin, okay, or closet, I'm not sure the word for it, but when you create something that you're really manipulate it in every way or any direction, and you put too much details into it, Maya usually keep the history of each and every thing you've done to it, okay? Starting from the beveling and adding more edge loops, Maya trying to restore all this information in order to give you the opportunity to come back to each of those operations and change them in whatever way you like, okay? So you can see from the channel box those examples of what I've done right now, okay? So poly bevel we've done, okay, to this sink. So you see that the last poly bevel was here, okay? We've done beveling to this area, so that will be the poly bevel 20. And if I will open it, expand it by clicking on it and choose the segment, I can still change it, okay? And if I will choose poly bevel 19 and expand it and go over these segments, even here I can still change it. See what's happening inside the sink? So this is why Maya is still trying to restore, not restore, like save your history of steps, what you've done with this object. Now, usually this is one of the main causes to make your work area becoming very heavy. Okay, it's very hard to move when things are populated with this kind of history. Okay, so what you should do is select the cabin, go over modify, edit, delete by type, and choose history. Okay, so that way all these functions that you just seen here have been deleted and you no longer have access for it. So this is this could be crucial because you need to know that whatever you are going to do right now, delete all the history. It's you can't bring it back. So you need to know that your object looks like the way you want, and you don't have any access anymore to manipulate those stuff like beveling or any other stuff anymore. You can add more function, but not the past action you did. Okay, so that's about it. You can still add beveling and do whatever you like, but not for things like you already done. Okay, so now those beveling operations are permanent, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you want to choose each one of them and delete them and start patching things back to what it was. Okay, so now let's create cylinder. Okay, and we will click on this icon to open once or twice to open the attribute editor. You can see attribute editor here. Choose the third tab, polycylinder 1. It should be 1 because this is the first cylinder in the scene, so this is why it's called 1. Check this box, round cap, and then you will get those two pointy things. Okay, and add more subdivision caps to make it like a peel. Okay, now we will add one more subdivision height, so it will cut this peel to in half. Right click on the peel, choose face, and select all the bottom faces. Okay, and press delete. Then right click on the peel, on the cylinder, choose vertex and choose those vertices. Okay, only the bottom ones. Use the move tool in order to bring them like so. And now I'm rotating the camera to come underneath this cap. Okay, and tap on F8 once or twice, right click, choose edge. Now double click, shift and double click on this edge, so it will loop selected everything, all these edges. Go over mesh and choose fill all. Okay, now right click on this object, choose face, choose this face you just created and extrude it. Okay, what now when you look on this manipulator you can see again that there is squares and arrows. So I want you to only tap one click on one of those cubes and release. Okay, tap and release, and you will get this middle square here. It's kind of blue square. Okay, catch it and click on your left mouse button to catch it and hold it and start to drag from left to right in order to get your desired kind of radius for this circle, and then extrude again, pull the blue arrow out like so, and then choose extrude again, click on extrude. Again, tap only once on one of those cubes, so you get this middle one, and click left mouse button and drag so it will look like this, and then just pull the arrow a little bit outside, up. Okay, and click on extrude again and pull it again, the arrow, to about so. Now tap on F8, and what we've done, we created an handle for our doors. So now we need to scale it. So use the scale tool, but before, go over modify and center the pivot. Okay, for this handle, and then catch the middle one and click and drag it. Okay, so it becomes smaller. Now switch to rotate tool, and before you start rotate, make sure you open the channel box from the right icon here and start rotate the handle in this direction. Okay, so you can see that the only rotation that appears here, it's the rotate Z. So that means we are rotating this handle in the Z direction, and it starts to go to over minus 90. We need exactly minus 19, so let's just write it down, and then it will be 90 degrees. Now use your move tool, bring it somewhere near to those cabin doors, and now we really need to scale it so it fits this model. So I think that way it's okay, maybe a little bit more, really not sure. Sorry. Now choose your height where you want to place it, but make sure that this is really what you need. This is how you want it to look like, and we are going to use the 4-view. Okay, so click on the 4-view or tap on the spacebar, it's the same. I think that this height is okay. I only want to know that I place the handle really, that it's really touching these doors. So I'm switching to 4-view and then to top view, and I'm going to zoom really in to see how much it's close to the doors. So you can see it's really close, it's touching the doors, and that's enough. Now what I want is to choose the distance from this in between space to the handle. So maybe I put it somewhere here, and I will duplicate now this handle by holding the Control and D. Actually, I'm doing it with Alt and D. If you are using Windows, do it with Control D to duplicate. And I'm placing this handle somewhere here, so it will be equal distance between the start point of the door and the handle. Okay, so it will look the same. Now I'm zooming out and I'm choosing only the handles. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate both of them again and bring them to these doors. Okay, now I'm zooming out and okay, maybe a little bit more. That's fine. Control D to duplicate it again and bring those guys over those doors. Again, duplicate it and bring them over these doors. And duplicate it again, but this time it's not for here, we need another copies of those handles for these doors over here. Okay, so first I will switch back to my perspective view, and now I want to rotate those so they will face those doors. So if I will choose my rotate right now and start moving them like so, you can see that the handle is not spinning together, okay, rotating together. So I will undo that, and in order to fix this problem, we will switch to General tab and we choose to group them. Okay, after you click once on the group selection, the pivot of those objects will go somewhere else. In this case, it comes straight to the center of this grid. So we don't want that to be there. What we do want is to bring it back to a normal place. So modify center pivot, and Now we can rotate them like as they were one piece. Okay, so you can say I'm starting to rotate them, and here at the channel box it becomes new numbers, -79. So we want -90. Okay, and this is it. Now when you are moving them, make sure you don't move them from up to down, because they have to be at the same height as those. We only want to bring them close to the cabin, so just make sure you don't do any not necessary moves or whatever. Bring them, okay, like so. Now I'm switching to 4 view in order to get the top view, and in order to place those handles over here. Okay, let's zoom in and let's duplicate them and bring those guys over here. Okay, so now we are okay, and I think this is it for this part. I hope that together with the mass confusion that we had at the start of this part, we overcome it, or whatever. I'm not sure what the words for it, but I assume that you understand what I've done here. And another thing is to something I didn't explain is about the handles. Okay, I did some changes to the handles. Actually, what I've done is to pick only something like I show you those edges, okay, like the side edge, top edge, and the other side edge, and bevel it. Okay, go our edit mesh, choose bevel, and choose how much segments you want for it. Okay, so do also the same thing to all the others. Okay, you can do them all at once, but I suggest you do one by one. Okay, so again, the sides and the top, not the bottom one. Okay, and at the bottom one I've chose only those faces. Okay, at first they were look something like this, so I chose them all together. Okay, and what I've done, I extrude them like so. Okay, I chose the extrude and I extrude them like so using the squares, and then extrude it again inside. Okay, so that way you can create an extra detail for your handles. So I will undo that because I only want the holes to come from the bottom, okay, of these handles. So that's about it. Hope you have fun, and again, I hope that's not that confusing. If you're already new to Maya, familiar with Maya, you probably know how to do easy stuff like this. So apologize and hope you have fun. See you soon at the 6th part, where we will continue this modeling. Okay, so till then, have a nice day and we'll see you soon. Bye.